first, it's been reported this week that King Charles is raring to go for his tour to Australia later this year. We understand his cancer treatment is going well and he's asked his aides to get plans in place ready for October. Now, we know from our interview with Peter Phillips a fortnight ago that the King is frustrated by his current health challenges and is eager to get on with his official engagements. Now, that bodes well for Australia given the extra effort it takes to get to the other side of the planet. That being said, the late Queen visited Australia 11 times between 1954 and 2011, so we know the royals don't mind a jaunt southward. Charles has also spent plenty of time in Australia in the past, but this will be his first and long-awaited trip as king. The King's 2-week visit will also see him visit New Zealand and Samoa for the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, and it's been reported that the King is planning 6 to 7 engagements each day of his tour. But there will, of course, be plenty of downtime for the King and Queen so they can sustain themselves to carry out all those royal engagements. Now, everyone who watches this show is obviously excited about this visit, but query whether the enthusiasm is shared by our political class in Canberra. The current Prime Minister, an avowed Republican, has invited the King and Queen to Australia, to be sure, but one suspects more so out of good form rather than personal anticipation. Just last week, the same Prime Minister appointed a new Governor-General, Samantha Mostyn, who commences her appointment in July ahead of the King's visit in October. Now, Miss Mostyn is also a Republican and an activist. Relevantly, an activist who considers Australia Day to be Invasion Day. This is what best-selling author Douglas Murray had to say about the appointment on this network.
It's interesting that people like this new Governor General, they actually don't feel bad about themselves. They love themselves. They absolutely adore the position they get to by telling everyone else in Australia that they must feel badly about themselves. If somebody comes along and tells you to feel guilt about something you didn't do, go and tell them where to go.
And fair enough. Imagine accepting a paid role to represent a king you consider to be from a line of invaders from a country you consider to be the problem. It is the absolute height of hypocrisy. And while Bill Hayden was a quiet Republican who converted after his stint as Governor-General, I don't hold hope that Ms Mostyn will do the same. I expect she'll be busily undermining the institution and the monarch she is supposedly charged with representing.